Hello everyone. So today our topic is about the structure of DNA. So DNA is a very important molecule in our body and it is responsible for many functions. So let's discuss what is its full form. Its full form is deoxyribose nucleic acid. Okay. But what it is, its function and what DNA actually is. Okay. So let's discuss it. The definition of DNA is a molecule, and what this molecule does, it stores all life information. So what does it actually means? It means that DNA first of all is a molecule. We will discuss it as well, what kind of molecule it is, and it stores all life information, like the information of our life, like a human being, information of a human being, or if it is a DNA of an animal, then the information of that animal. So let's do it in more simple words, understand it more simply, like elephant and a human. And you know that there are a lot of difference between an elephant and a human. Like elephant has a trunk and human has a nose. Why human has a nose and why elephant has a nose? Elephant also has a DNA, human also has a DNA. But the DNA of the elephant has different information, and the DNA of a human has different information. That's why instead of nose, elephant has a trunk and human has a nose instead of a trunk. Like what happens here, DNA, from DNA the information is taken and RNA is formed, and RNA forms proteins. Okay, so what these proteins will do, the proteins will form the structure and function. Okay, structure and function of a cell, structure and function, like from protein, structure and function of a cell will form, like this cell is formed and this cell will replicate and more cells will form. Okay, now these lot of cells and form, and these cell will combine and they will make a tissue, and a lot of tissues will combine and it will form what, an organ. Like this is a liver. So in this way this type of liver is formed in human, but different type of thing will form in different person. Like this DNA also has other informations, like it will make another proteins and other cells will form, like these type of cell will form, and this will make a hair follicle like this, and hair will form. So DNA has different type of information, and when it makes RNA and protein, then different types of structures are formed from this DNA. All these things like liver, hair, ear as well, ear, eyes, all these information of everything, of every organ and every structure of a human body is stored within a DNA, and DNA transcribed into RNA and makes protein, and different types of proteins are formed. Not a single protein is formed from DNA, different types of proteins are formed. So now we will discuss how DNA does it, how it happens, what type of structure a DNA actually has. Okay, so for that we have to go into the structure of DNA. This was just an overview. Now we will go deeply into the structure of DNA. Okay, So what will be the structural definition here? We have to go into structural definition. Now the normal definition of is functional definition was DNA is a molecule which stores all life information. Okay, so DNA has all life information, but what is a DNA? Like what, how it looks like? We know what it is. It stores all information. Because of it, we have different organs formed. But what is its structure? Okay, so first of all, look at its structural information. Structural definition. It is DNA is a linear polymer of nucleotides arranged in a double helix structure. Okay, so DNA is a linear polymer of nucleotide arranged in a double helix structure. So now what does it mean? We know what is DNA. We already discussed it. Now what is its structure? Linear. What does linear mean? This is a linear. It means it is in a straight line. A line can be like this, a line can be like this, a line can be like this, but linear. Okay, and what is a polymer? Polymer means repeated units. Okay, like small repeating units occurring again, small repeating units. What does this small repeating units mean? Like for example, here is A, B, C, then again A, B, C. Now this is one line, linear, but what is happening here? A is here, but there is again another A, there is B, there's another B. So this is polymer, like repeating units are coming again and again. So what is in DNA? There are some units which are repeating again and forming a linear pattern. Okay, what is the what polymers are these? Nucleotides. Okay, so what are these nucleotides in DNA? Linear nucleotides are arranged, and how they are arranged? They are in double helix structure. Like this is a line. Let's make it more simpler. This is a line in DNA, but double helix means another same strand of DNA is there, just same like this, and it is forming this type of shape. Okay, so DNA is actually a double helix structure in which there is linear polymer of nucleotides. Okay, so what are these? We will discuss them in detail now. Just remember, rewind this again. Linear polymer of nucleotides, different types of nucleotides, and also in double helix structure. Okay, so this is DNA. Now let's discuss it. What things are required to make a DNA? What we actually need to make a DNA? What must be there to make a DNA? Okay, so let's see here. DNA structure. What is included in a DNA structure? Obviously we need two DNA for its arrangement, but one single strand is also a DNA. Like this strand which have nucleotides and linear, this is a single strand of DNA. Double helix means two DNA strands. So we are only going to discuss how one strand is formed. So what we need in a DNA structure? Firstly, we need nitrogenous bases. Secondly, what we need? Deoxyribose sugar. Thirdly, what we need? Phosphate group. So these are just the only three things that we require to make a DNA: nitrogenous bases, deoxyribose sugar, and phosphate group. or we can say DNA is made up of only these three things: nitrogenous bases, deoxyribose sugar, and phosphate group. So now let's discuss what how they are structurally arranged, and what are these nitrogenous bases, what are these deoxyribose sugar, and what are these phosphate groups. Okay.